My next guest really is a national treasure. It's bandied around that, that word. She's been making us laugh for ages, the past 40 years. And now, Dawn French has released a book about her life, the title of which, sadly, we can't say on air, but it does see her document all the times that she's been far from perfect. Shall we call it the twat files?
We could call it that, yes. It's a word that rhymes with fat. Let's put it that way.
It is.
And it's a twit.
Do you know what? It's kind of like that. And we've all done twitty things.
We have.
And you have. And you've shared it with us. And it's a joy. I belly laughed through this.
Did you?
It's hilarious because I can see... I could hear your voice, obviously, all the way through it, but I could see you doing these things.
Yeah. Oh, you know...
And you see it coming, it's like, oh...
You know, the more I thought about the times that I have been in Egypt in my life, it came at me like a sort of tsunami of idiocy.
Yes.
And I thought, well, you know, you can either carry these things as sort of shame and have a heavy burden and be embarrassed about them, but actually they're funny. These are the stories that we tell each other as friends, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, and you open yourself up by going, you'll never guess this terrible thing that I did. And you tell your friend, they laugh, you're lighter. It's like lifting the lid off your heart and you share it, you trust each other. Nothing I like more than stories of other people being fools.
Being buffoons.
Yes.
And Egypt, as you
yes.
say. Yeah, exactly. I loved the story about, because I feel exactly the same as you. You're invited to this super-de-duper premiere, James Bond. Lovely, God, oh, how nice. And then you do this brilliant email. You send it to the wrong person.
I do. Well, you know, I'm very lucky that I've got the most gorgeous PA called Sue. Lovely Sue, that's her official name.
Lovely.
First name Lovely, surname Sue. And so I got this email, you know, inviting me to the premiere of the Bond thing. Yeah, that's a big golden ticket, isn't it? I'm not very good at these sort of things.
Likewise.
So Sue knows that, so I thought I would respond to Sue in a way that would make her laugh, and then she could send the polite no onwards. And
so I would love to.
Honestly,
she'd love to be there, but
I
sadly,
can't use the words that I use. But I'd rather have my eyes poked out. I can't think of anything I'd rather not do. Sent that ping off to Sue, and very quickly got a response directly from the James Bond people saying, "Thank you so much for your speedy response. We totally understand." And I realised I'd sent it directly to them. You know, we all do it, but I wanted to die.
I know, because you go, is that ice cold?
And you can't pull it back.
No, you can't.
So you know, it's one of those moments you've got to wrestle the awful humiliation of it, retell it so that you enjoy it, and then you feel lighter and it's okay.
You do, you absolutely do. And I love the fact that you are not afraid to say, look, hey, I was daft.
Yeah.
I was daft, I did daft things. Because, like, the Mamma Mia one was brilliant, that you thought you had that in the bag.
Well, I'd pretty much been promised the part.
You were promised the part.
And I was even told that it didn't matter if... Because I said, look, I'm not a professional singer.
Yeah.
You know, I can hold a note, and in the shower, I'm marvellous. But I said, you know, I'm not trained. And they said, it doesn't matter because we've got people that will retune it, you know, and it's fine, it doesn't matter. And I got into the audition, and it wasn't really an audition, it was a practice of the songs with the musical director. And honestly, all the gods of harmonious throat and voice just left me.
Oh.
I did not know how to sing. And I do know how to sing. But I just...
seen you.
The noises I made, Lorraine, honestly, was as if I was in birth. Guttural, visceral, awful noises from hell. And this poor man, eventually, he just, you know, he was sort of plonking away like Bobby Crush, you know, trying to help me come along.
Geez.
And eventually he went, well, that's been lovely, thank you. And he just put the top of the lid of the piano down like that, in a sort of surrender. And I thought, well, it doesn't matter because they're going to retune it. And before I even left the building, got a phone call from my agent saying, not going to work out. Sorry, not going to work out. Enter Julie Walters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we are.
Yeah, well, she's exactly the right person.
And it's absolutely fine, it's okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I love about you, and I've especially loved about your one-woman shows? Of course, they're funny. That goes without saying, they're funny. But oftentimes they really make you think as well, and about how people can sometimes be really unkind.
Yeah.
And how that can really hurt you and all of that. And there is a story you tell in there, and amongst all the fun and everything, about that one time where you were doing a sketch, obviously French and Saunders, brilliant. You were doing a sketch and Anastasia was there, and you actually, for the first time, didn't feel comfy.
Yeah. It was the moment... And it's not Anastasia's fault, it's not Jennifer's fault, it's no one's fault. It was just a moment where instead of me being in control of the joke, it was sort of in control of me.
Yeah.
I felt awful. It looked wrong. The joke was gone a little bit wrong. And when I left the studio, I thought, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I've lost the joy of it. I've lost the delight in my stomach, which was a hard thing to say to Jennifer, you know.
Absolutely. When I was watching French and Saunders and when you were doing that beautiful ballet routine with Darcy Bustle and all of that, I was laughing with you.
Yeah, exactly.
We were all laughing together at the absurdity, the funniness and the joy. Yeah. And it just made us all laugh.
Yeah.
And if you're not feeling that, then I wouldn't feel it.
Exactly that.
You were
exactly
right.
that. It's about being inside the joke and knowing what it is. And I've always thought, well, look, I've got this body, you know, I'll show my bum to you and I'll show you this and I'll do that and I'll wear a swimming costume and I don't... You know, I've never had any shame or anything like that, but there was just something went a bit wrong. And I thought, before this goes properly wrong, let's just step away.
See, I think that's really good. I think that's a great decision to make.
But we still, obviously, work together all the time.
Of
and, you know, I
course you
couldn't be
do.
without her. I just love the bones of her.
Oh, it's great. We're going to see you because obviously you're coming back for the tour in September, isn't it?
I am.
That's going to hit.
Yes.
Because you've been a wee bit out of action because of the knee.
Yes, I had
How
a
is
horrible...
the knee?
Oh, thank you for asking. This has been an extraordinary experience for me because I've had a bad relationship with this osteoarthritis in this knee for a long time. And then I went on tour and I took on a bit more than I could chew, actually. And I got to the last 10 shows and I just couldn't walk anymore. Jeez. And I was trying to do it, but I just couldn't. So we had to postpone those shows. Which just broke my heart. I've never done that before. But yes, we are returning in September and doing every single show that we didn't do. So I'm delighted to do that.
Do you know, I don't think I've ever seen you look more beautiful. I love... I don't know, I love your hair. Your hair's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you just look... Well, you always look good anyway, but I just feel as if you're sort of in a great place. Everything's good.
I am in a... You know that part of it, I'm 66 and I'm happy to be 66. Lots of my mates didn't make it to 66, so I'm really delighted.
It's a joy to see you.
Oh, thank you.
The book's hilarious, as you would expect. It's out right now, this very second.
It is.
And then you're back in September with your one-woman show.
I am.
And then, hopefully, more. Lots more.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
loads
new
more.
sitcom, maybe new things.
There's a new sitcom in the offing.
You need to come back and tell me all about that.
I'll tell you all
It's great to
about
see you.
it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lorraine.
OK.